Let's talk about Captain Pike. No, really, let's sit down and have a heart-to-heart about Christopher Pike, because after the gut punch that was the Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 3 finale, I think we all need it. If you're anything like me, you're still reeling, still processing that beautiful, agonizing, and profoundly bittersweet ending for Pike and the love of his life, Captain Marie Battelle. It was the kind of storytelling that gets under your skin and stays there, a poignant resolution to a romance that felt so incredibly real. But now, in the quiet aftermath, a nagging question emerges, a ghost of canon past that haunts this perfect, painful conclusion. How on earth does this lead to Vina? For years we've carried the knowledge of Captain Pike's ultimate fate like a solemn promise. We know the story from the original series episode, The Menagerie. We know about the Delta radiation, the horrific accident that will leave him scared and broken, a prisoner in a wheelchair, able to communicate only with a single, blinking light. It's one of Star Trek's most iconic and tragic tales, and we know the ending of that tale. Mr. Spock, in an act of profound loyalty and love, risks everything to deliver his former captain to Talos IV, where the telepathic Talosians will grant him a final peace, an illusory life, free from his broken body, with the woman he met there years ago, Vina. For decades that ending made sense. Vina was the tragic love interest from Pike's past, the beautiful survivor from the cage, whom he was forced to leave behind. His return to her felt like a circle closing, a final, merciful chapter. And then Strange New Worlds gave us Marie Battelle. This wasn't some fleeting episode of the week romance. The connection between Chris Pike and Marie Battelle was the emotional anchor of the series. We watched them navigate the impossible waters of two Starfleet careers, stealing moments of peace and intimacy amidst galactic crises. We saw their vulnerability, their arguments, their deep-seated respect, and unwavering support for one another. This was a mature, grounded love story between two equals who had found their person. It was real, it was earned, and we all fell in love with them as they fell deeper in love with each other. That's why the Season 3 finale was so devastating. Watching Pike, a man defined by his ability to take command and save the day, stand by utterly helpless as Marie accepted her fate was heartbreaking. She wasn't just dying, she was sacrificing her very being to become the beholder, the eternal warden of an ancient evil. It was a hero's end, but a lover's tragedy. But before the final goodbye, the show gave us a gift and a curse. It gave us a vision, a look into the future that could have been, a life where Chris and Marie married, built a home, raised a daughter, and grew old together, ending with her peaceful death in his arms after a long, happy life. It was everything they deserved. It was a lifetime of love and happiness condensed into a fleeting, shared dream. It was their true goodbye, a memory of a future they would never have. So now we're left with this beautiful, complete, and utterly shattering love story, and we're supposed to believe that after all of that, Pike's destiny is to end up with Vina, a woman he knew, what for a day? A handful of hours trapped in a Talosian zoo. It feels wrong. It feels like a disservice to the profound emotional journey we've just been on with Chris and Marie. How can a phantom life with a near stranger compare to the soul-deep connection he shared with Battelle? This is the brilliant and perhaps intentional problem Strange New Worlds has created. It has so successfully fleshed out Christopher Pike as a character that his pre-established ending now feels like a puzzle with a missing piece. But maybe, just maybe, the key is hidden in what Pike knows and what he doesn't. Remember, Pike has seen the future. He knows the exact moment of his accident. He knows the pain and the paralysis that awaits him. He carries that knowledge with him every single day. What he doesn't know is anything beyond that. He has no idea that Spock will commit mutiny for him. He has no inkling of the Talosians' plan or that a reunion with Vina is even a possibility. From his perspective, the day of the accident isn't just the end of his career. It's the end of his life as a thinking, feeling person. It is, for all intents and purposes, his death. Now let's consider his emotional state. In the finale, he didn't just say goodbye to Marie. He lived an entire life with her. He experienced the joy of their wedding, the pride of raising their child, the quiet comfort of growing old together, and the profound grief of her passing. That vision wasn't just a what-if, it was a form of closure. It was a complete story with a beginning, a middle, and a poignant end. He has already lived and loved and lost Marie Bettel for a lifetime. When the time comes and Pike is trapped within his silent, immobile prison, his life with Marie will feel like a sacred, sealed memory. To try and recreate that with a Talosian illusion would be a pale imitation, a ghost of a ghost. So when Spock offers him a different path, a new reality on Talos IV, Pike isn't choosing Vina over Bettel. That choice is already gone. Marie is gone. His life is over. The choice he faces is between nothingness and something, between the dark, silent prison of his own mind and a new life, a new experience, a new companion. Vina isn't a replacement for Marie. She's a lifeline. She represents a future, any future, at a time when he thought he had none. Accepting a life with Vina isn't about forgetting Marie. It's about a man who has lost everything deciding, against all odds, to live again. It's about accepting a surprising, unexpected comfort, rather than dwelling on a perfect memory he can never truly have back. The challenge for the final seasons of Strange New Worlds will be to bridge this gap. The writers have given us a love story so powerful it threatens to break their own canon. Now, they must carefully and compassionately guide Pike toward his fate in a way that feels earned. Perhaps he needs to revisit Talos IV. Perhaps we need to see Vina again through his eyes, planting the seeds of a different kind of connection. Pike's story has become more tragic and more beautiful than ever before. It's no longer just about a captain who meets a terrible fate. It's about a man who finds the love of his life, lives a lifetime with her in a single moment, loses her to destiny, and then, at the absolute end of all hope, finds the strength to embrace a new, albeit illusory, beginning. His ending with Vina is no longer a simple romantic conclusion. It's a testament to the resilience of a spirit that refuses to be extinguished, even after its brightest flame has gone out.